Anyways, so we have a gameplay submitted by Hinami OW. VOD is kind of long. You were named Sleepy 9K in this game. Sleepy 9K, level 25, fresh account. Don't know the rank yet, but when you see the title of this YouTube video, the rank will be in there. But let's see what we got. So Anna, starting position. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I ever start in this spot ever. That's already the first things first. Dude, I've done so many Anna reviews on King's Row. When anybody sends this stuff, it's almost always King's Row. I'm gonna have like 6 of the same, except they might be different matches or different ranks. So I would say there's like 3 different spots. I mean, you can do like a nade here, but general starting spot would probably be here. A, B, just playing with your tanks on low ground and shields. Sometimes, no, actually that's Overwatch League only. They do like a full team rotation based on the high ground, but that's like high level play. I would say there's only 2. Like here or here. And if you start here, you have the option to drop down. So this spot's a bit awkward. You're kind of like just pocketing. Like you can accomplish the same thing by pocketing your Rhines and your Zaryas here, down here, without exposing yourself to snipers. But if they don't have a sniper, it's technically safer because then Hotel wouldn't be a liability. So just planting options in your head. I wouldn't say one's better than the other, but base it off like what the enemy is running. Anyways. Okay, so you started high, just got it a bit dropped. All right, there you go. You ended up defaulting to this area. This is fine. Make sure your Ashe, good. She's controlling that spot. All right, good on scope shot so far. You want to scope in a nade and heal the Zarya. I think the idea was to heal the Zarya. So right now you're exposed to the Widow. Hug that left door. Hug that left wall to stay out of the sight lines. Well, honestly, your team got rolled, so it's kind of a wash right now. Just back up. Yeah, not much to say here. Just keep running. Put some shots into him. Good. So far, so good. Scope in. Feel that. Nice. Your shots are pretty good. Off the top of my head, I would say, based on your mechanics alone, ooh, a little risky, but I respect it. I do that shit sometimes. I would say this is already like above plat. Diamond, maybe? I'll have to watch a bit more. Apparently, this is console, though. This is really good for console. Like, you can just tell because you're moving in between your shots right now. Console Anna. Aim is really good for console, right? I don't play console, but this looks way better than some of the other console shots I've said. I forgot it was console. I was gonna say PC, this is already like plat diamond. So if this is console, it might be even higher. Look at that aim assist, it's just tracking. Good shots here. Okay, you could nano, yeah, all right. I did the same thing. Your Ryan blocked it. Descent to mine for that. He went for a shatter. Turn right. I'd say after that shatter, you turn and anti the people on the ground, but then like sleep. I guess it's harder on console because you have to flick 180. I like the idea. I would have like slept the Ryan and then naded the left, or naded the left and then slept the Ryan to the right since he already just charged through. But that might be a PC only just because you can turn faster. Honestly, that was pretty good, all things considered. Nothing like that sticks out so far. You quick scoping on console too. I like it. Wait, your aim is insane for console. What the fuck? Is this a mouse and keyboard or what? Jeez. Is this controller aim? All right, so you're playing this corner. That's fine. That's pretty much where I would default to as well. You don't have your nade yet. You could chuck it. Nice. Okay. Your team is pretty healthy there. You can pocket your Ashe and let him go to the right. Make sure your Mercy goes with them, or you're going with that Ashe. All right. I mean, we have the X-ray and we can see their Zarya ran, but it's a little monk-ass to let them go on their own. It's just max aim assist. Yeah, this is solid. Holy shit. Very impressed with your controller aim. All right, so this is where you can look to nano aggressively. There you go. You do it for space. You're giving them that corner already, so you just want to be able to like aggressively, like proactively go for the nano. I saw that Widowmaker there. I don't know if you saw her. I would have probably stayed there and went for the sleep. I think he went for the nade and then duck. Honestly, that's probably the wisest thing to do, but the only APM thing right there I would probably do is like a quick scope into a nade. Or like, if you hear and shoot the Widow, I would have like been like, oh shit, she's up here. I would have like came back around here and try to do a shot nade around that corner. And then that Widow guaranteed is going to like jump to the left, and that's when you can jump off and go for her. Yeah, I actually usually would look for a shot into nade, because the shot nade cancel is faster than nading into shot, instead of opening with just that. But anyways, your Ashe cleaned her up anyways. It's a sequential thing. It's one of the reasons why I'm able to like kill someone if I land the nade, is because I always go for a quick scope or a sort of shot at the beginning and then nade right after, because the animations cancels immediately. Shot nade. And then if the first shot lands and that nade lands, and that one last shot is so like, is that kill? It's pretty big. If you can convert kills like that, that's crazy. Your Ryan is doing some crazy shit. I like that. You're on the same page. You might be able to sleep and help him out there. Big. Nade that. Beautiful. Pop, scope in. You're not threatened. You just go for the kills here. Yeah, he's full. Just jump down and help. Really good stuff so far. Now, look, do you see how like your Ryan was a playmaker here? And he was like going for a play like this? This is what happens in a lot of ranked games, guys. It's like, imagine if you didn't have a Ryan that was doing this and you just played default. Nothing wrong with playing default the whole time, but I think one of the easiest ways to climb is to be a playmaker. Like, I watch a lot of basketball, and you can just see the bad teams are the ones that don't have any set plays in mind. They just dribble aimlessly without doing anything. No one's playmaking. You can't set anything up. And being proactive and looking for shit like this, or if your Ryan wasn't doing that and you're playing a support, how do you carry on support? You be a playmaker. You go like, hey Ryan, I'm gonna come around here, crouch, wait till their Ryan comes, sleep them, then you go for a shatter. I do that sometimes. Good teamwork. Gotta look for those kinds of opportunities, especially if you find that your team is struggling. Sometimes you gotta be that driving force to turn the stuff around, or else you're just aimlessly just gonna walk into losses all the time. So, like, I'm not saying you did a good job there because you're on the same page with Ryan. Your Ryan had the presence of mind to do that. I'm just telling you, not you, the VOD reviewer in general, but in general, whoever's watching this, just to remember that. Okay, you have a nade here. Look to splash it. So there's a... It might be a bit tougher on console. I mean, you have to flick your crosshair up a bit. But based on where the grab is, you try to, like, just splash. It's hard, because whenever it's, like, a Ryan Zarya, you could just, like, throw it against this pipe over this Ryan shield. Even if there's a Ryan shield, you throw it against this pipe, two of these guys are at least antied, instead of throwing it into the Ryan. That's my #1 tip on Ana. Splash nades are so good. Missed opportunity there instead of chucking it right at them, especially in shield meta. Like, if you're playing against the Ryan, the freaking Hog Zarya comps that are meta these days, as of today and this week, you can just chuck it right into them, but against shields, always splash. But it seems like your team's kind of rolling, so the only thing I'm kind of nitpicking on so far is just, like, different mechanical playmaking things. So, like, splash nades, flanking sleeps, all that kind of stuff. I like it, though. You're being very aggressive and just like controlling it. You're kind of like ramming on the enemy's psyche, because they're on the back foot and you're just constantly applying pressure as they walk through. Honestly, I'm okay with that too. It's a little aggressive, but they're like, fuck, wait for the anti to expire before I push in. Then you have your anti back at this point anyways. Oh, nade yourself here. So as soon as I hear a Genji like right beside me, I just nade the ground beside me, because it'll probably anti him, and it'll like give you a good chance to anti him, and then it'll deter him from committing. He didn't convert the kill on you, but like when you climb really high, good Genjis might be able to like, just burst you so fast, right? So gotta nade yourself, or this Mercy's gotta hook you up. Okay, there you go. Good though. Flicking up for nades is pretty hard on controller. Yeah, but like, looks like Sleepy 9K's got the flick shots. I'm sure they can flick up for a nade here. They're quick scoping. Their sense seems pretty good to do something like that right now. I wouldn't have even dropped there. I don't think you could. The positionally in that context, I think you could stay there for a bit. Now, when that Rhine and like you have to, that was too early to drop. But when like the moment you lose sight lines and your Rhine and Zarya like duck under here, then yes, you have to drop to. You play relative to your tanks. But if I were you in this situation. Like, not that, like, anything went terribly wrong because he did that, but, you know, I'm just trying to find ways to help you min-max right now. I think this is a strong Ana position. You could, like, play it a bit more defensive, like, even, like, back here a little bit. But, this is, like, good to pressure this sight line. Because I think they peaked that way. Like, you didn't know they peaked, but then you see the Junkrat, you see their Genji there. I would have stayed up there and tried to put at least 1 or 2 shots there. And it doesn't seem like much, but, like, dude, putting a shot or 2 on a DPS forces them to have to, like, play and wait, yell at their healers to heal them before they feel like they're safe enough to commit. It can do a lot in terms of changing when they aggress on you. So always look to, you know, find those little pot shots and those little random DPS shots when opportunity presents itself. Gotta look for that sleep. I believe in you. Oh, nice try. That's tough. You're kind of just... You have a nade. Alright, the minute that Genji came up to you, that should have been a shot nade. You're trying to heal him. Once you put that first shot into him, try to like turn your crosshair up or at least to shoot him or at least nade down. The minute he got that close to you, you just nade on the ground. That would have helped you, guaranteed that you probably would have lived. And like you missed the anti on him now. Like I know your team still lost the fight and I don't think it would have changed anything, but it's a good habit to get into. So there's one thing right there. When you come out here, just be careful of standing here. If you ever come out and they're pressuring a spawn door, it's tough to stay up here because like nobody is controlling this sight line. They're gonna stare at you there. So usually if I come out here, I wait for a tank, or if I come out, I go hard right to break that sight line immediately, like here. Just to make, because like, I mean, they only have Junkrat Genji, so it's fine that you stayed there, but just remember next time, if they have like an Ashe or some, Ashe, Widow, some sort of hit scan, if you pop out here, you just swing wide just to guarantee your safety. Sometimes enemies are here, but most times this will be pretty clear for you to chill here. At least until like someone pressures that sight line on your behalf. But you make it out safely. The enemy team didn't pressure the spawn door. Okay, you're playing here, that's fine. Your Mercy's got your Ashe covered, so you don't want to like back up too far and like sacrifice yourself trying to heal her. Okay, so at this point, like I would probably play here still. I know you hug left to break this sight line, but most teams like don't shoot there. They'll shoot there for like a second, but they'll stop because they got to focus on the tanks. So like, I don't know. I feel like if your tanks die, you have very little chance of surviving once you're caught here. This is why I tend to just default here and just jiggle. Like even if that sight line's exposed to that Junkrat, if they do pressure me, I can just hug to the right if needed. And you have the presence of a mini health pack, so you could play even closer here and use that as your backup. I don't like this, usually. Sometimes I'll do it when I'm like, you know, my brain isn't working, but you gotta nade that, try to keep him alive. I know Fitzy's waiting. I had to do a VOD review first. I know. Okay. Let's watch a little more. Like, honestly, overall, though, pretty good. Ana on King's Row is very much, like, other than a bit of playmaking, I think you played pretty well. Okay. Coming out with, you have a Mercy, but your Mercy's going to be stuck basically healing your Ashe, so you do have to actually play with your team. It'll be very hard to find flanks. Playing Ana is also very much relative to what your off healer is. The way I approach my Ana depends on my secondary healer too. If I have a Mercy and I look at my comp, I'm like, okay, my Mercy is probably going to stay attached to my Ashe. I probably have to heal my tanks mostly. But if I were like playing Ana and I had a Baptiste, I know my Baptiste can help my tanks a lot more and they won't be so fixated on my other DPS, and I could probably go for cheeky flank nades, flank sleeps, easier to be a playmaker when you're off support is like a main healer as well. As one thing to recognize. Nice sleep there. He's dead. Your Ryan did die, but it might be resable. You just nade and keep him alive. Ah, nice try. Nice. Big nano boost. Try to grab it, nade yourself, grab that. Okay, you live. You kind of had no choice. You had to go in there and grab that health pack, I think. So I'm okay with this. Staying scoped in. I would probably go unscoped there the moment that Ryan backed up at that spot. That's tough. Your team's just kind of getting owned here. You just have to concede. Okay. Next fight. Same approach. Their hotel is not controlled. Just pocket. All you can do in this situation here is just pocket. Unscoped. Unscoped on the Rhine. Or you stay scoped here. This is actually exactly how I'd play. I play in this room, use that mini health pack to that left if needed. Get the reload. The only time I ever get screwed in this spot is if my team loses control of that hotel and someone flanks me. But so far so good. Well played. That Genji's gonna die for that. He's getting nothing out of that. Alright, good stuff. This is a team win. Next. You're staying on cart. Yeah, you're on cart duty. I know I can see the Ashe on the top left, but I also heard her coach gun. I think you have the awareness, right? Yeah, you heard her. You know she's up there. You should move forward right now and pocket your Mercy as she's rezzing. Okay, hug left, hug left. Oh, no. Once you see that window and you're here, I would like first of all, once your Ashe died and your Mercy was rezzing like right around there, I would have like swung wide into here to cut the enemy sight line and just pocket and make sure she lives, which would have also conversely helped you stay alive against that window fire strike. But they dumped a lot of ults and your Mercy had to res. I think you would have lost the fight overall regardless, but oh wait, yeah, if you lived here, that could have swung that fight even better because you would have kept healing them. That's big.
You're covered.
Damn, wait, you guys still won the fight. Poggers. Now, if you managed to stay alive there, then that extra healing would have helped secure the fight even harder. Maybe one less person would have died, which would have helped their ult economy. It would have helped your ult economy because you'd have your nano boost. So even though you died, even though you won the fight, always important to remember what more you could have done. It could have changed the whole ultimate economy based on your single life. They live, you live, everything's good. Okay, so you're dropping down here, sleeping the Bob. I'm okay with this so far. You had to drop because your team had to kite a bit. Bitsy, yeah, I know. I'm joining him right after this VOD review. I promised to do this early on the stream before I switch to variety. That Mercy's coming for you. Oh, your Mercy's pocketing. Oh, bless. There's so many shields in the way. You have to just chuck a nade there. Nice. That gives him a McCree to your flanking to your left. Yeah, you see him. Nice. Nice shot. Force him to go away. But the aim assist is so crazy here. You kind of have to duel him. Nice. Just pocket your team. So here's a small tip on a sleeping target. Do an unscope shot first. It gives you more time to land the second shot. If you guys don't know. Especially because you already landed the first shot, so you know 2 shots kills him. And you don't have your nade available. Open up with an unscope shot because the travel time for the projectile will eat up a little bit of the in-between cooldown between your shots, if that makes any sense. Unscope shot into your scope shot. Higher percentage chance of landing it. Like he still woke up and then you tracked him to the right and you guessed correctly. But yeah, higher percentage chances unscope, and then by the time that hits him, he'll be just at the wake up animation. He probably wouldn't have had time to like move that way or that way. You would have just unscope and then just hold the crosshair there with scope in and just shoot it right away and you'll kill him 99% of the time. instead of gambling on that. If you missed that, it would have been tragic.
You're covered.
We learned something new. Never thought of that. There you go. That also works for, like, in general, if you sleep a target, let's say they're full health and you have a nade, right? Let's say I sleep a random target at that health pack and I'm this Ana, and they're at full health. I just slept them and they're 200 HP. I throw the nade first because that has the longest travel time. And then I throw the nade, look at them, unscope shot, and by the time this nade is halfway through, the unscope shot comes out. The nade and the unscope shot hit around the same time. Then they get woken up, and then they're still stuck in the wake up, and they're still, like, not moving yet. They can't strafe yet. Then you scope in and land the last shot. Make sense? Like, they actually cannot react to it. It's actually kind of nice. So sometimes when somebody sleeps a target across the map, they'll, like, throw a nade first, or they'll, like, shoot, scope in, shoot, and it wakes them up too early. Then the nade hits, but then they miss the last shot. Just make use of the idea of the projectile shots. And you take advantage of the travel time to guarantee a kill upon a sleep.
You're powered up. Get in there. I'm tired.
Pending your aim is still, like, over their body. I mean, we can all still end up missing, but higher chance. Worst nano of your life? Yeah, it's a little bit wasted, but it's all good. Okay.
Watching your back.
Your Ash just died. That's okay. Just back up. That's all you can do.
You're going to be okay.
This Ryan is always, yeah, he's taking a lot of damage in double shield. God, everyone's just eating fire strikes. Oh my god, he's critical again. He's playing like how I would play Ryan, just feeding.
This is much better than command.
No, this is Hinami's.
Ready for duty.
All right. Yeah, you're kind of a minute and a half left. I know you guys want to. It's almost over. All right, let's see how you play this. All right. You're switching up. You're switching comps because you're like, all right, my Ryan is just not doing anything, or like he's just is struggling. So you're gonna look to bubble nano this guy. Yeah, I like that. Or nano blade. No, you don't have the blade. There you go. He gets bubbled. Nano. Perfect. He killed the widow. There's a flanking high. No, you gotta turn around and sleep him. Oh no. That might not. I don't know what you guys. Can you guys use like proper headphones when you play on console or no? Are you playing off your fucking TV? Because if you're playing off your TV speakers, then yeah, you might not realize that McCree just high nooned you.
Your support has arrived.
You can plug in headphones, right? Can you plug it into your controller or some shit? Yeah. The instinct there would be a 180 turn sleep that McCree. I didn't even, I could hear him. And I know based on the fact that I walked under here, I didn't fucking see him on my way there. He was 100% just standing up here. So my instinct would be, it's high noon, if possible. I used to play console. I literally used to play on Speak TV speakers. This was like 2009. 2008. It was a different time, guys. All right, and the jump. Yeah, this is tough. Like, it seems like, honestly, I'm gonna say you actually played pretty fucking well. Minus like a few small things. Like if you stopped that high noon, maybe landed that sleep or that shot to kill him. That was actually a close loss. These are the perfect VODs. Okay, what could we have done different here? It seems like it actually has to be sleeping this McCree in this play specifically, or the whatever round that one was, and in this one, That's hard. You can't flank and play make here because of the where you are on the map, so you kind of have to go here. Yeah. Like you shoot, you go for that kill on him, and that's all you could do. They just had more ults there. This one was tough. This one was tough.
Victory.
Okay, takeaway points from this. Honestly, it looks really good. Good shots. Good positioning for the most part. Like, you played it exactly how I would play most of this game. Maybe just a couple mechanical things like splash nades. There's like a point where you could like hug the left or hug the left a little more on certain like choke points. But I don't know, man. I was impressed. This was really good. I don't know what else to say. Like, other than the things I said as we were going, it wasn't like a huge glaring issue by any stretch. Like, it was like really minor things. And maybe like adjusting those minor things would help you climb, but I can't figure out anything to help you climb even more significantly. This is tough. You might be like pretty high ranked based on what I saw. Like if someone's like a plat player, it's like very much easier to be like, okay, do this and you'll improve a lot more. But I don't know. I'm gonna say this is like masters, if not higher. I would say actually this is I'm actually gonna say you're like GM, because when you're in GM, it's just the little things and consistency that's gonna help you hit top 500. What's your rank? Oh, he already said it. What was his rank? Masters console, 39 to 4K. So 39 to 4K is literally the cap on console, isn't it? I swear that's top 500 console, right? That's like top 200, top 100, I'd say, right? Because not that many people play at that high rank on console. That's amazing. Yeah, like that's what I mean. You could just tell, like it was good fundamentals, good positioning, good movement. It's there, just the little things, consistency. Top 500 is 4.1. Yeah, I know, that was great. Xbox top 500 is 3,700. Jeez. Who plays Xbox Overwatch? Sorry for those who are playing Xbox Overwatch. Just roasted half of you. Yeah, just small things. That's all I gotta say. Great gameplay. Great gameplay. It was tough. Tough. Thank you so much for roasting it. You're welcome. All right, and that's it. Thanks for submitting, man. That was good.